Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. I'm glad you're here. So today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to show you how to make a quick little cover that you can do for your journals using kind of just some little bits and pieces that you might have around. So first of all, you'll need some kind of base for a cover. I have this old kids book. It was already torn a bunch, so I took the signature out of it, and we're going to use this as our base for our cover. I had also put together just a quick little signature using bits and pieces. These turned out to have a lot of black and white pieces in them, and a little bit of green. So I was like, okay, let's kind of go along that theme. And I also had green thread in my sewing machine, so I'm like, okay, perfect. Didn't want to change it. And so I went through my scrap bin of fabrics, found a couple. So one's going to be for the inside, one's going to be for the outside. I already ironed them and cut them close to size. They're a little bit big yet, as you can see. We can trim them down afterward. You can trim them down beforehand. I think I am going to leave like a torn edge, so I might tear them down a little bit first so it's more lined up with what we want. So the outside cover is going to be this material. So let's go ahead and get this torn down. And I want a torn edge on all of it because I think I do want to leave that torn edge. So first of all, just grab a scissors here, and I'm going to nip a little spot. I'm leaving myself about 1/4 of an inch on this side. And then see, sometimes if it's not on the grain, this will give you a chance to line up everything a little bit better if it's not on the grain line, because when you tear fabric, it's going to tear along the grain. Okay, so I want to give myself enough of an edge to tear all the way around. So I'm going to nip up here now. Not all fabric tears the same. The nice thing about doing this is it can make your fabric nice and straight if it does tear nice. And then we'll use this one to be able to get our other one lined up. So now this one I'm going to set here. So I still have about that 1/4 of an inch. So just going around doing this really quick. Then you have a few little strippy, scrappy pieces that you can use somewhere else. Okay, we're still looking good. Nice and even. Okay, last bit. I also think this is a little bit more of a forgiving way when you are going about this. All right, so we got that. We have 2 torn edges already on this one. So I'm going to only tear 2 sides. So I'm going to line this up so it's about the same. See if we can get it nice here. So that's going to be that way. And if it puckers, just smooth it out a little. If you don't like the torn look, just use your scissors and make it nice and straight. Or you could put trim around the edges. You got all kinds of options. I like a torn look on some things, and then some things not so much. If it puckers, just flatten her out, okay? Long threads, pull those free so they're not causing chaos and havoc. Now, let's go ahead. I'm going to set that piece off to the side. And now let's get this ready to go onto the front of our journal. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the piece of fabric upside down. This is how I like to do this so everything gets nice and straight. I'm going to take this now next, because I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew it. I'm going to put some glue stick on here. And I'm not putting it everywhere. I'm not going to put it right next to the edge. You certainly can if you're going to let it dry right away. I'm not. I'm going to take it right directly to my sewing machine in a minute or two. So I am not overly worried about that, but I am just using glue stick to help keep my fabric where I want it to be. You could use Fabric Fix, you could use just glue if you want, and now we're going to line this up. I like to do one cover first, get that smooshed in, and then make sure we're pretty straight. If it's not completely, now I'm going to close it so we have some ease going around here, and give it a good smooth that way. Okay, because this book has a tiny bit of a spine, so sometimes if we don't get it on there really well, it's going to be an issue. So already you can see we're making a big difference on what we're doing. There's like a little bumpy right there. Okay, so that is our front cover so far. Next, I'm not going to do the inside just yet because I have a little iron-on that I want to add. So I also want to add like a little fun strip of color or something here. We're going to play with this for a second, but I have these. Okay, so these are Crafter's Square. They're iron-on transfers. I have never used them before. I don't know how great they are. I either grabbed these one day when I was at the Dollar Tree, or I was sent them by my bestie. I'm not sure. So follow the instructions if you're using an iron-on. Now I want that glue to dry before I use it, but I'm thinking this bird, and it's a little sticky because it says it needs to be dry, but that glue is not going to be dry. So that's going to be perfect. So I am going to put that one there. But I'm going to stitch this down first. So I'm going to take this to my sewing machine really quick. And I am going to sew around the entire edge and on this strip. I'm going to cut this strip. You know what? I'm going to make it just a titch shorter so it doesn't go all the way to the end. So I want 2 torn ends, but I like that design. Or do I like that? No, I really like this part the most. Oh, that is a torn edge. I'm just going to ruffle it a little here, maybe. Get a little bit more tatty. It'll be fine later. So maybe just to there and just to about there. All right. And then that is going to go like that. Okay. So I'm going to sew this on first and all the way around the edge, I believe. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go take this to the sewing machine and I will be back in just a minute. Okay. I decided to wait to go around it all until I get the back piece on. So all I did was take some strips back and forth, just a straight stitch down here on this portion. So you can see there's the stitching. Now I'm going to do the iron-on for our little birdie. Ah. So I am just going to affix this iron-on right about here. Over a little bit, I think. Yeah, cute. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so now I'm going to heat set this with the iron, and then we will come back. All right, so that is cool. Now or not, it's cooling, so we're gonna give it a second. I'm gonna use this for the tie because I'm gonna do ties on the edge here, I think, or maybe a wrap and tuck. Maybe a wrap and tuck would be cute with this. So this is just some seam binding. So you could color these, you could do them whatever. I think I will do a wrap around with this one. So we're gonna affix it to the back cover and then have it so it can wrap around the journal. Or do I wanna do, which way do I wanna tuck it? I just wanna let that get nice and cool first. So do I wanna go this way? I think I do. I think I will put it on this side. Yeah. Or do I want to put it on the back? So here is the conundrum. Do we put it on the back and then it wraps this way and tuck? Shoop. Yeah, I think that's the way I want to do it. So I'm going to put it on the back piece. All right, I want to have enough to wrap around with extra, because you can always cut it off later, but once it's gone, right? Let's do it right about there. This is just some seam binding that I got at a garage sale or something. That's all I did. Just in my bin of stuff. Things I pick up at garage sales. All right, so now for the inside cover, we're gonna do the same thing with our fabric and everything too. So we're gonna get some glue on here quick. Oh, wait, we need to get this in here. So this guy is gonna go right about there. Let's see. Yeah, right about there. It's a little bit on the low side. We'll get it moved up just a touch. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here. Well, you know what we can do? We can glue the whole thing while we're at it. Zoop. Glue the whole thing. Get her on. Get her done. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It's bright and sunny. Walked my son down to the bus this morning already, and then just rocking and rolling with these fun friends. So I have a few of these little cute little journals that I decided to make. So now we're just gonna line her back up, and we know our fabric is the same size, so we can get it nice and straight, hopefully, or at least about where we want it. Get in that middle, smooth it out, nice and sturdy. And then I'm gonna take it to the sewing machine and sew all the way around the outside. It sticks out a little here and there. I think that's all right though. Apparently it's just was a titch bigger than the outside one, and that's okay. How's our back look? Yeah, pretty good. I like it. I like it. All right, I'm gonna take this to the sewing machine now, and then I'll come back. Okay, took it to the sewing machine, got those all in, and there you go. So here's what I did. I ended up just doing a straight stitch. I did one time all the way around, and then I let it get messy, and I went around a couple more times just to add a fun little element as well. You can see it a little bit better on the inside here. So there you go. Super quick little cover. Now, what can you do if you don't have a sewing machine? You can just glue it. Just use some good heavy duty glue. Totally fine. And that's about it. what can you do if you don't have any little iron-ons? So you can glue stuff on too. You could fussy cut some stuff. You don't have to use fabric. You could use paper. And then whoever gets this little journal, they could also add some more stuff onto it. I try and make some of my journals kind of more plain so they can be added to by whoever gets them. So we have our signature all set. So then the next step would be just taking our little signature and stitching it in, and that could be good to go. A fun little gift or a little fun journal that you could use, that you could give to somebody, or you could take on a trip, or whatever you want to do. And yeah, this tie is really long, but like I said, I like leaving them long. That way whoever gets them, they can trim them down to the size that they like. And then you can do a little tuck, do a little fun thing, do it like that. You could add like a little button or a charm on the end, a little key, maybe like a little bird nest charm would be super cute, or a feather, things like that. Add some slow stitching, whatever you want to do. But at least it's all set and ready to go for whoever is going to have this cute little journal in the future. So that's about it. That's all what I got for this for today. Just a quick little fun, easy to do journal cover. You could use paper instead of fabric. Like, there's lots of options. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video today. Little tutorial on how to make a little fabric cover journal. All right, you guys have a fantastic day. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment, and art with your heart. Have a great day. Bye.